All right, day 7 from fat to shredded. From here, I'm actually getting rid of days because I realized, what am I going to do? Am I going to like literally every day be like, hey, it's day 1456 of my life. And today I don't think that's going to work. So you know what we're going to do? Today is today. And we're on the road to getting shredded. And also, because that's the first step. That's the first step. The first step is feeling good in this body again. Feeling good because I've been bulking and now I'm really big and I'm scared that I've gotten fat, but I don't think I've gotten fat, but I'm petrified that I've gotten fat. But I don't think so. I think I've just put a lot of muscle, and yes, there's some fat that has gone on, but anyway, that's the theory. I'm certain that I've put on a lot of fat, but we've got to lose it. So, I've decided today to tell you the exact protocol that I'm going to be running moving forward from tomorrow. Now, I've got to preface this exact protocol. This exact protocol is very specific to now. It is very specific to me. It is very specific to my training, my capabilities, my intensity, my weight, my muscle mass, what I'm capable of, what I'm not capable of, my position in life, just everything. So what I'm here to say is, do not take this as anything that you should specifically do. Okay? So don't consider, I'm just going to do that, because it's not going to work. Okay? And genuinely, you've probably seen it already. If you want to design your diet or specifically get to a specific weight, this takes you through step by step. It's an unbelievable book. Look at the reviews on Amazon. It just gets the result. It's just one chapter at a time. Do this chapter, do this one thing, do this, write out a list here, do this, and you design your diet and design how you lose weight in your personal way that works best psychologically for you. In saying that, here's my protocol. Protocol is this. You wake up tomorrow. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I wake up in the morning. You always wake up dehydrated. So I will wake up dehydrated by about 700 mils to a liter. I will drink that 700 mils to a liter, and I'll have a little bit of potassium in there and a little bit of sodium. A little bit, and you've got to be really careful. Too much potassium can kill you. So we're talking a little bit of potassium and a little bit of salt. Why I'm doing that as well now is because I'm on low carbohydrate. Well, I'm on pretty much zero carbohydrate, meaning my electrolyte balance is always out of whack. Okay? So when your electrolyte balance is all out of whack, it means your body is not properly holding on to salt, magnesium, potassium, and its balances are all out of whack. Okay? So when I wake up a bit tired, groggy, and feeling a bit off, you don't go for a coffee, you go for water. You go for water, bit of potassium, bit of sodium. Happy days. So I'm still fasted by this point. I got a bit of energy. Then I take a pre-workout with me. This pre-workout is just 2 grams of creatine and some other supplements which are, I believe, okay, like beta-alanine, L-citrulline, but basically all non-stimulant pre-workouts. Whether it's a pre-workout or not, it gives me a bit of juice, but not really. So we're not caffeinating yet, because the cortisol is relatively high upon waking up. And then before I do any work, before I do anything else, I'm out the door and I get to the gym. The gym is about 10 minutes walk away. I put on my tunes and I'm like, do. I'm going to take on the world, right? So it's not do. My song taste and music taste is fucking impeccable, okay? The audio bliss and orgasms that I find is just... I'll share that with you another day. Point is, I get to the gym. This pre-workout that I'm drinking, if I finished it, great. If I haven't finished it, I can keep drinking it throughout my weight workout. So my weight split is very simple. I do chest and triceps one day. Next day I do back and biceps. Third day I do legs and shoulders. Fourth day, I don't do weights. And I'll get back to why that's important in a second. So I just don't do the weights. Now, I do the weights, still fasted, got the weights done. Then I'm like, oh, I'm still at the gym. Then I go downstairs and have a coffee. Long black, maybe 2 shots, maybe 3. And that's the only caffeine that I'm having for the day. At the moment, I am in my caffeine era, so that's fine. So we're going to caffeine. So I have the caffeine. Chill. If my partner's there, great. We can hang out. It can be fun, or we can hang out and fight. Joking, no worries. I sit there, I drink my coffee, and I just think about conquering the world. Then I go upstairs to the gym, and then I proceed to do 2 hours worth of cardio. The cardio is on an incline treadmill, speed 4.5, incline 10 at the very least. I can hold on and I can walk backwards. So on the treadmill, I'll usually be walking. My heart rate will be 110, maybe 115. Sometimes I put the incline a little bit higher. Hack, the higher incline that you do, the more calories it burns. So you don't necessarily need to go faster because then your joint gets used more. You're just going faster. Instead, put the incline up, make it harder, and your heart rate goes up. Anyway, so I keep that incline going. After the first hour, I'm usually dead a little bit, but I've got a bit of dopamine. I sit on the end of my treadmill while everybody's in the gym, and then I have a bit more water because that hour would have dehydrated me. And the caffeine. By this point, the caffeine is kind of still present, but it's kind of on the way down, but I've got a bit of dopamine up from the exercise. Happy days. Then I arrive and do my second hour of cardio. Okay? So that means I've done a whole 3 hours of weights or cardio, still all fasted, but managing when my pre-workout comes in, when my cortisol drops, when my cortisol goes in. Anyway, I've done all of that. And then the rest of the day, I'm splitting into 4 meals. So specifically, for me to lose as least muscle as possible during this, I need to eat 220 grams of protein per day. So I will then proceed to have 60 grams of protein worth of chicken breast. So I'll have 200 grams of chicken breast. Then I'll go do some work, specifically work on one of my businesses. Then I'll stop. Then I might film this video here and be like, yo, here's how today's gone. Then I'll have another 200 grams of chicken, which is another 60 grams of chicken. I'm on 120 grams of chicken now. You following me? Then I may go to spa sauna, may chill out the body, or may go for a little bit of a walk. But all of this other stuff is bonus on top. With the chicken PS, I've had my multivitamins. I've had some broccoli, or I've had just a handful of leaves, so some fiber, some colored vegetables, but minimal carb vegetables. We're just looking at leafy greens, carrots, broccoli. I love raw broccoli. Raw broccoli is honestly like nature's chips. So I just have a bit of nature's chips. Happy days, right? The third meal that I have is either another 200 grams of chicken breast, which is another 60 grams of protein, or I have beef jerky. And I found beef jerky, a beef biltong jerky, which is very, very lean. There's not a lot of fat in it and only 1 or 2 grams of carbohydrates in it, but it still has 60 grams of protein in it. Beef good. Fun fact, did you know that human beings can survive on just red meat? And the only thing that we don't get from red meat that in theory we die without, excuse me, is vitamin C. So if you had vitamin C and red meat, you can survive for a very long time and actually feel pretty great. Well, you're not going to feel unbelievable because it's kind of a heavy thing, but you know, our body is designed to survive on that. So anyway, I have the beef jerky, which is good, right? Because chicken or white meat, if you think white meat as a protein source isn't fully really, complete as per se, it's like a cheap man's protein, right? That's why you see beef is always more expensive than chicken. That's why you see fish, majority of the time, like red fish, like salmon and stuff, is more expensive than white meat. Just think of it as a better quality source of protein, right? So anyway, so I've done 60 grams of protein with the first 200 grams, 60 grams of protein with the next 200 grams. Then I've done another 60 grams of either chicken breast or red meat, which is in the form of beef jerky. That brings me up to 180 grams of protein. Then I go for my yin yoga, which is my calming session, or another spa sauna session, just a really calming, just a zen session. And then after that, I go and have another, Then I need 40 more grams of protein. I have the 40 more grams of protein with a trout or a salmon, because we do need fish oil. Omega-3 fish oils is the only thing that we don't, omega-3 fatty acids is the only thing we don't produce. Like our body can't produce it, so we need it. And that's what I run. And then at the end of the day, I try and calm it down either alone, or then I go see my partner and I calm down in different ways, if you know what I mean. So that's nice. But in general, there's a fucking edge throughout the whole day. So I'm fasting in the morning, I'm getting this workout done. Then when I'm eating, I'm just making sure that I've got the protein, the vegetables, for the fiber and bit of nutrition. I've got all my vitamins as well, just to make sure that's propped up. I have a little bit of creatine in there. I've done caffeine once for the day. 220 grams of protein. In terms of calories, it's sort of anywhere between 900 to 1200 calories every single day. Okay, and at the moment I weigh roughly 100 kilos with all my muscle, etc., where I think I'll end up on roughly 86, maybe 85 kilos at the leanest level possible. And yes, I don't think, now looking at it, I don't think I'm going to get there in 30 days. I might get there in 30 days, but I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if I'll end up at 86 or it'll be closer to 90. But I can definitely say there's probably at least 10 kilos of fat on me to go. So I'd be taking off 10 kilos at the very least of fat. But what that means internally is I'm running roughly a 3,000 calorie deficit per day. That is extremely high. That is extremely not sustainable. That is extremely, I dare say, not healthy for somebody that hasn't done something for that long. You can't do it all the time. You do need diet breaks, and there's a very specific way that you need to train. And anyway, there's a lot going on around that. But I was like, you know what? Here's the protocol. But again, I want to say this is a protocol for your information only. This is what I'm going through. It gives you an idea of it. Doesn't mean that you should do it. It doesn't mean that you should do it, and it doesn't mean it's going to work for you, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to burn through a lot of muscle. It just doesn't mean anything. What I'm saying right now is a personal experience to show you what's possible on one side. It's not something that you should do necessarily, but I want you to get the mental model of understanding of how I design my diet. So based on my feelings, based on either I yang in the day or I yin in the day, I'm front loading my day to yang. Like I wake up and I build up the energy and I build up the energy, and then we get a bit of caffeine and then we build up the energy and we go, you know, right? And then once we've done all that, then we eat and we calm down. We do a bit of work. Then we eat a bit more. Then we calm down and a bit more. Then we sauna, we yin, we calm down. We eat a bit more. And then we fuck it out and sleep, or, you know, something like that. But the whole thing becomes yin. Yang to yin. Yang to yin. Majority of people stay yang, yang, yang. Stress, stress, harder, harder, harder. And that's when they go and they burn out. Where if every day you're focused on bringing it up and then you bring it down, right? And the mastery is being able to understand when you need to bring it. And then when you're like excited and you're like, bring it, I'm going to go again, I'm going to go harder. Sometimes you just need to be like, okay, and now I'm going to calm down. It's good. I don't feel broken yet. I don't feel fizzled out. So I'm just going to calm it right down. And it's fine. Tomorrow or, you know, the next day I'll be able to ramp it up again. So ramp up periods of your day, ramp down periods of day. Very, very important, because your body specifically, I want to tell you so much, your body specifically doesn't understand the difference between cortisol stress in your head or like physical hitting, like somebody's hitting you stress. Stress operates, your body reacts the same way. So even if it's a not real, it's just a perceived threat, or inside your cortisol is high, you are prone to diseases, your immune system is down. As you saw, I nearly divorced my girlfriend, etc. You know, there's a lot of shit that happens. But that's what we're doing. And yes, if you watched yesterday's, the grass is going, the grass is gone, yin yoga starts tomorrow, happy birthday, calm, and we're doing yang to yin, yang to yin, yang to yin. I have been concerned and I thought maybe I should film this video on the day, but I think I'm going to film this video. For right now, every day I'm going to film this video after my entire workout session, after I have that meal probably, the first meal of chicken, and then I'm going to have this meal and we're going to chat. And we're going to chat and I'm going to tell you what the day is. And I hope you find this interesting. This bit of my life is called the glow up period. This is the shred the fat, look amazing, feel great. And that's what this section is. You know, I've got businesses, I've got music, I've got heaps of stuff going on, but I can't give it to you all at the same time because I'm not focused on it. You always put one thing at your top priority of your life. The rest of the stuff you still do, but you're just not giving that intense energy to it. Anyway, hopefully that helped. Day whatever, because this is just my life. It's the next day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.